told you I manifested this. I manifested this.
I've manifested things that I'm just like, I still shock myself. Just years of something just manifesting, and boom, it's right there. I'm just like, I made that happen.
You trying to watch another video without doing algorithm stuff? It's cause you're a cockroach. I was kidding. I was only kidding! Another breakdown? They're gonna love me again.
I'm starting to think that Adesanya doesn't know what the word manifest means. And it's kind of hard to blame him because of like his cultural background and whatnot, because he's like half New Zealandish, half Nigerian, half, what was the other thing? Half Chinese, half American. He spent so much time here. So it's like, there might be things like that one movie with that fool from Groundhog Day. Like Bill Murphy. There might be some things lost in translation, where maybe in one culture this means that, but then he goes to his other culture and this means that. It's like if you go to certain cultures and you go like, hey, that's a good idea. Like in some cultures, I will get my thumb chopped off for doing that. Like right now, literally for going like this in this video is gonna get banned in certain countries right now just because I went like that. And then another thing that could be making it confusing right now is that real popular show that used to be on NBC, and then they put it on Netflix, called Manifest. And within that show, they get like, they kind of black out for a little bit and they get these like visions and they call them callings. So I don't know if Adesanya, when he says, I manifested this, I manifested, I don't know if what he's experiencing is actually what he sees in the show is like kind of a calling. I don't know if that fool needs to go on medication or what. And he's always talking about that. I manifested this. I manifest things. I'm so good at manifesting. I love manifesting all the time. And I put a couple clips at the beginning just to give an idea. But if you want to go look on YouTube or whatever, there's a lot more clips to find. But for real, I don't think he understands what that word means. I think like whatever culture like he extracted that from, I think maybe what he's trying to say is like daydreaming. He could be like, I daydreamed about this. I daydreamed about this. Because a lot of the things that he talks about, like when he says, I manifested this, it's like, okay, you were thinking about it and you know, you had like positive thoughts about it and you had like a vision board and stuff like that on your construction paper, and then it happened. And then once it actually happens, then it's easy to be like, I knew it. But then you got to think about the things that haven't gone right in his life. And then it's like, were you not manifesting those times? I thought do you only like manifest certain days of the week, or like do you take times off? Is it like a big expenditure of like energy? Like do you have to, like, is it kind of like a video game where you have to kind of like increase enough power to be, and then like when your manifestation powers runs out, you gotta wait again a couple months, and then like what's up with the gaps? Because I'm wondering, like, was he manifesting it when he got beat by Jan Blachowicz? Was he manifesting it the 3 different times that he lost to Alex Pereira? And if you want to be one of those like, oh, he was supposed to win that one other fight, but the judges burned him, or oh, he was winning that other fight until he got knocked out and needed like a mask and everything to come back to life, like that doesn't count either. Okay, let's just count the last one. Did Adesanya manifest when he got knocked out by him in the UFC? Did Adesanya manifest when his ex-lady was like trying to embarrass him online and she was gonna tell like all his dirty little secrets and stuff like that, and she was trying to like get money? Did he manifest that one? Did he manifest like almost as many of his fans turning on him as they've been turning on Patty Pimblett and that other lady? What's that lady's name? She's like the female Patty Pimblett, Molly McCann. I think the most relevant one in this moment is, he said he manifested it. He's like, I manifested this. As soon as Du Plessis won, right? But then it's like, wait a minute. You manifested that Du Plessis would win. And you were saying it all the time. I hope you win because I want to beat you. He was saying he manifested that he would win after the victory. And then he's like, good, I got what I envisioned. This is what I wanted. I made it happen because I manifested it. Du Plessis did nothing in his whole life or career to get to this point. It was all my manifestation. I actually birthed that fool. He wasn't even going to be born, but I manifested that his parents would have him, and I actually manifested that they would have him in Africa so that we could have this beef and sell tickets. But then if he manifested all that, did he also manifest the part where Du Plessis will have to pull out of the fight? Or, you know, I don't know if he officially pulled out of the fight, but do you think Adesanya manifested the part where Du Plessis isn't actually gonna fight him now, and now he has to fight Cannonier or Strickland or whatever. Did he manifest that part? And like I said in one of my previous videos, clearly, and we all know that fool was inebriated after the Du Plessis victory, so he was saying some stuff that he really didn't mean. But it's funny because after that, he was confirming, no, I meant it. I manifested it. I'm so good at manifesting things. I read like 3 books about manifesting. And then when these things that we think real hard about, when these things actually happen, then we could say we manifested them. But when we daydream real hard about, when we manifest real hard about things and then they don't happen, then we don't talk about those. So we understand Adesanya is not manifesting. That fool's daydreaming. But either way, that has nothing to do with what actually happened. And what I think actually happened, what I think makes the most sense, is that Dana White, or one of his little goonies, I don't know, whichever, they talk about different people, the fight makers, whoever that is. I think it was one of those dudes, or even possibly Dana White himself came out from the shadows, like that one fool from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the Slugworth. Remember when he got the golden ticket and that Slugworth, he was happy, he was victorious, and everybody's celebrating, and then that fool Slugworth, that slimy, sketchy looking fool, he comes out of the shadows and he's like whispering in his ears and stuff like that. And you don't know what he's telling them. He's kind of like scheming with them, and he's kind of just telling them like what's up and like giving them direction and stuff like that. I think that's what happened with Du Plessis. And there's a lot of things that you could say about Dana White and a lot of reasons why you could not like him and this and that. But I'm telling you, he's this generation's Vince McMahon. He knows how to market. He knows how to get people to buy tickets, or at least get really, really interested and passionate about learning how to find links on Reddit because they really want to see it, even if they're not going to pay for it. But Dana White knows Du Plessis fights Adesanya and Du Plessis wins, right? Nobody cares about Sean Strickland and Du Plessis. Nobody cares about Du Plessis and Cannonier. Nobody wants to see that. But if we could hype it up a little bit more, because we don't want to get Du Plessis and Adesanya and then never get Sean Strickland and Adesanya. That was like the best. Remember that one press conference where Sean Strickland was going at that fool? He TKO'd him. He gave him that no touch. He TKO'd Adesanya without even having to lay a finger on him. He gave him that McDojo life kind of knockout. We have to see that fight. We can't let that be another Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson. We can't let that one go unrequited. We have to see them go toe to toe, especially now that there's that storyline. Alex Pereira, some people forget. Some people got that I'm telling you, they got that Finding Dory memory. People forget that it's 3-1 right now. 3-1 with Adesanya and Alex Pereira. Y'all must have forgot. But now there's that storyline. Sean Strickland he's training with the boogeyman. He's training with Alex Pereira. 3-1. Alex Pereira, Sean Strickland's training with. So it's kind of like a Apollo Creed and Rocky fighting whoever. As long as that fool's in his corner, it makes sense. With Adesanya and Du Plessis, we got the whole out of Africa storyline, and then with this fool we got the press conference and all the anime jokes and this and that they were talking about and building up. We have to see it happen. Cannonier is boring. We already saw it, and he's trying to create his own narrative. He's trying to come out, he's like, Sean Strickland can't beat him. Sean Strickland don't even believe he could beat him. Well, nobody wants to watch you fight Adesanya again. That was boring. He completely shut you down. And it wasn't even like, oh, Adesanya put on a show and he looked great. It was one of those boring fights where he just didn't let Cannonier do what he needed to do to win. Everybody knows that Strickland beat Cannonier. It was a split. It was close, and he did get that victory on paper, Cannonier, but we've seen the judges holding up the papers right there in the octagon, changing stuff with all their shenanigans. You can't believe that. If there's not a finish, it's all bets are off. But on paper, Cannonier got it, but all of us that were watching were scratching our beanies like, are you kidding me? It was a split, and it was a split that should have went to Strickland. It shouldn't even have been a split and gone to Strickland. And then he won another decision after that, and it's like, come on, Strickland beat Cannonier. And then he beat another fool after that everyone thought that he was supposed to lose to, and then he TKO'd a fool after that. Mira, I was excited for Du Plessis and Adesanya too. Who wouldn't be? But I will take this. If it's gonna be Adesanya and Du Plessis, and then they move on, and we never got Adesanya and Strickland because Du Plessis wins, then I don't want that. I would rather have Adesanya and Strickland first. And to be honest, I don't even care who wins, but it would be hilarious. It would be hilarious if Strickland won. What I would like is maybe if Strickland and Adesanya fought, and it would be so funny. It would be like the biggest meme ever in the MMA community. If Strickland won, And then somehow Adesanya got the belt back and then fought Du Plessis, because we still got to see that. But wasn't there another thing where Sean was like walking around in a do-rag and stuff, and they were calling him like Sean John Strickland? That would be funny if it was like these two pigmentally challenged individuals trying to find out like who's the But yeah, just let me tell you, let me let you know how to think about it real quick. Adesanya doesn't, not only does he not know how to manifest, he doesn't even know what it is, because that fool's just daydreaming. It's probably the best thing that could happen right now for Du Plessis to have to back out. I don't think people should be giving him a hard time. If anything, like I said, I think Dana White or one of his goonies hit him up like Slugworth, and they're like, hey, let us throw you some of this real quick. Just keep quiet, go on vacation, because we gotta do Adesanya and Strickland. That's gonna be big money. We'll shoot some your way, but we gotta make this happen. Strickland's the fight to make right now. Cannonier needs to stop running his mouth. And he should have went into that fight against Adesanya with that same enthusiasm as he's hitting up the mic right now. He don't take that energy into the cage with him. And I think we need to get excited about this. I think we need to get real excited about Strickland and Adesanya. And I don't think that you should be giving him a hard time for saying anything that makes it sound like he doesn't fully 100% believe that he's going to win. Because those are the fools that give us the best fights. When they're like, I don't know, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to leave it all on the line. I'm gonna try to kill that fool, kill or be killed. You know who else does that? Nate Diaz. And that's why everybody loves him, because they know when he goes in there, they're gonna get a show. They're gonna get a fight, because when you go in there, like, no, I'm gonna win. I have to win. There's no way I'm gonna lose. I promise. I promise all of you. I will not let you down. That's when you get a fight like Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis, because of the egos and the pride, and they're too scared to and they don't want to let the hands go, and everything's real timid. But when you get someone like how Strickland's talking, I don't know, just show me the money. And I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna punch that fool in the face, and I'm just gonna let it all go, and I'm gonna do this and that too. That's what you want to see as a fan. So we need to embrace this. And then I need you to watch this video, because apparently that's a thing that really, really helps on YouTube. When the video's done and you watch another one, that YouTube's like, oh snap, they like this channel.
You're being too loud.
Huh?
You're being too loud. The neighbors are gonna hear you.